Hello everybody, it's Captain Reginald, and welcome to the Pawncraft server. This place is a survival server where you can build your own house. There's townie, there's money, there's shops, there's all kinds of stuff. And it's a really awesome place, but unfortunately we're still on 1.8 while the snapshot's out for 1.11. And also, partially due to corrupted chunks around the map, and the fact that there's so many builds everywhere, it's hard to find a place that hasn't been, built on. We're going to have to do a map reset here pretty soon. So, I thought it would be a good idea to do kind of a chronicling of the primary builds on this server and kind of show what it looked like in 1.8 and some of the famous places that there are. So there would be a little bit of a memory to look back on when it's reset. So, I tried to do this all in one very long, large episode, but that ended up being 45-50 minutes for 4 builds. So I'm going to try and do one build at a time, and hopefully it'll only be 15 minutes long. But there should be a pretty long series, because there's some awesome builds on here. So to start off, we're here at spawn, and this is the building for the guest test. And when you join this server, you read these rules over here, and then you go and take this test so that you can actually be able to build. Because without that, I don't think you can even leave this area as a guest. Then there is the creative world over here, and this is where you can have creative perms and build large builds that would be pretty impossible to do in survival. But unfortunately, you need a application before you can do that, so you have to apply on the website, as you can see down here in the corner of the screen in chat. But if you've been active for 2 weeks, then they will consider it and give you creative perms as long as you can actually build decently well. Over here is the Skyworld portal, and unfortunately it's broken right now, but this used to go to a separate world where it was basically islands in the sky. It's also survival. So anyway, moving on from there, you walk down this place when you first join, and there's the humongous Emerald Pawncraft sign in the sky. And at the end here is the train station and also a message board. The message board isn't really used, but the arrow points the way to a place called Fort Newbie. And as soon as we enter this place, it should, yep, now entering zone of control, Fort Newbie. So this train station, first off, you can basically get anywhere in the world from here. So this just tells you about the various different tracks. Down here, if you want, you can come and purchase a minecart so that you don't have to mine iron in order to do it. But if you come back upstairs here and you walk in here with your minecart, you can pick a place to go. So this track is not actually running, this track isn't running either. The middle track is, and I'm pretty sure that these two outside ones are. So this middle track goes into the main world. This middle track going in this direction goes to a place called Grand Central Station, which is a really, really, really pretty area. The guy who built it did an amazing job. And basically, you can connect to almost anywhere in the world from there via railcart. And there are so many different lines you can take in pretty much every direction. It's amazing. So anyway, that pretty much shows you what's at spawn, except for Fort Newbie. Fort Newbie is the place that you go when you're a newbie and you don't have any food, but you need something to eat. So, I will quickly run over there and catch you in a second. So, this is Fort Newbie. If you need some food and you just joined the server, this is the place to go. You step on this little pressure plate, and it opens the gate, and you can walk right in. And the melons here are what you would mine in order to be able to eat. So it's not the best food, but it works. And you push this button to auto harvest. This just says to not harvest all of them at once, but that's a little hard with the auto harvest, so I'm not sure why that sign is there. This Stargate is supposed to go to the different quadrants of the map, but it's broken, so it doesn't work. And the boat was for the Stargate because a lot of those places were in the ocean. But anyway, this is a pretty nice build. If you walk up here, there are signs that allow you to get a life tome, which saves your inventory if you die, because keep inventory is off. And over here, you can change the weather, you can change the time of day, and there's also several other functions. And this message board up here just tells you to read the rules. And then there's various guard towers and whatnot, but not too much more that's interesting. So, if you didn't take a minecart and you came to Fort Newbie, then you would come up here, and up here, this is, I think this is called this is the Westbound Expressway, yes. So, there is a track that goes on this for most of its distance, if not all of it, except for that very beginning part. And basically, this will take you anywhere in the world that you want to go. So there are builds up here, and you can't actually build near Fort Newbie. Your buildings will be removed. But if you see over there, leaving zone of control Fort Newbie, once you pass that, you can build. But it's advisable not to build within sight distance of another person's build. So, like, building over here would be a no-no because these people have their very large and pretty castle. And then these people also have their castle. So it would be best to find a different place to build. Now, in order to find a place that isn't already built on, you're going to have to go for several thousand blocks, probably. So this is basically what you would see if you joined. So that wraps up the first episode, I think. So the next one, I'm actually going to show some specific builds. But this one was just kind of to get you into the server and knowing what's happening. There's a bunch of plugins on here, Townie, shops, all kinds of stuff. And so it's a really fun place. MCMMO, that's a really fun one. But anyway, so that's it for this episode, and I will see you in the next one, where we will probably go over Grand Central Station, which is one of the most well-known builds on here. And that is the place where you go in order to basically get anywhere you want in the world, with the exception of teleporting to /homes, because we do have that as well. So, anyway, for now, guys, thanks for watching, and bye-bye. Also, I forgot to mention, if you're seeing these funky things over here on the side, the thing that says Firelord _ Fred failed passable, yada yada yada, that's because I was just promoted to admin today, and so I get all of those weird warnings and whatnot when people try and do stuff that that doesn't really work on the server. So you'll have to excuse that unless I decide to turn off chat. We'll have to see. But anyway, yep,